The legal powers available to the president during a national emergency are ripe for abuse. Congress should act now to rein them in before President Trump or a future president uses them to undermine our democracy. Unknown to most Americans, Congress has over the years passed more than 100 provisions of law that give the president increased powers the moment he declares a national emergency. This decision is left entirely to the president's discretion. There's no legal definition of emergency, no requirement that Congress ratify the decision, and no judicial review. Many other laws expand the president's powers during specific types of emergency, like war or public health crises, even without a formal declaration. I co-direct the Liberty and National Security Program at the Brennan Center for Justice, and we've been conducting a comprehensive review of emergency powers. Some of them are formidable. For instance, during a national emergency, the president can shut down radio stations or take them over. If there's a threat of war, he can go further and take over facilities for wire communication. That law was last used during World War II, when most American households didn't even have a telephone. Today, it could be interpreted to allow the president to assert control over internet traffic inside the United States. Simply by proclaiming a mere threat of war, President Trump could shut down websites, block emails, and alter search results. Another law, called the Insurrection Act, allows the president to deploy military troops inside the U.S. to suppress any unlawful combination or conspiracy that's obstructing the execution of the law. Once again, the statute doesn't define those terms. President Eisenhower used this law to enforce desegregation in Arkansas schools, but it's vague enough to be used against political protesters or undocumented migrants. In theory, if Congress decides the president has gone too far, it can vote to terminate a state of emergency. But that would require a veto-proof majority, and Congress hasn't even attempted such a vote in more than 40 years. In practice, we've been relying on presidents to exercise self-restraint and hoping that the courts will step in if they don't. That's a gamble we can no longer take. Invoking emergency powers is a standard move for authoritarians seeking to consolidate power, like the Philippines' Duterte or Turkey's Erdogan. These are the very same rulers Trump has said he admires. If President Trump feels that his hold on the White House is threatened, either by an election or by impeachment, he might just follow their example. Congress needs to fix our system of emergency powers to provide better protections against abuse. It should put strict time limits on presidentially declared states of emergency. And it should revise emergency powers to ensure that they don't threaten Americans' fundamental rights and freedoms. This Congress is unlikely to do all that, but forward-looking committee chairs can launch the process by reviewing existing emergency declarations and powers. The time to get started on reform is now, before emergency powers create an emergency for our democracy.